During the course of a year, sometimes you see a car again and again, and this had happened to me with the BMW E39 5 Series. I simply had to have one. I can't afford one like this cracking Oxford Green M5, but maybe I can find something that fits into the Lot 76 car's budget. Let's find out. At any one time, there's probably between 40 and 50 5 Series E39 still online, but the quality does vary, unfortunately. I looked at a lot and I didn't always like what I saw. Some of these cars were basically spares and repairs cars. Would I ever find something half reasonable? And then something popped up at a used van dealer in Birmingham, claiming to be a one owner from new car with a full main dealer service history. Could that really be true? Let's go and find out. Now, like many car viewing capers, this one started out with a train journey. In this case, up to Birmingham. Now, I have time to reflect on the journey about all that advice about never buying a used car in Birmingham. Could it really be as bad as all that? The car looked good. The service history looked promising. Let's go and find out, but not before we've traversed the station and hopefully found ourselves a coffee somewhere, because I need one. So refueled with a coffee, I found myself back out of the station, heading towards the mean streets of Birmingham. Well, on the positive sign, at least I've got my steps in today, and I've got a view of a lovely Birmingham canal scene. So let's crack on and have a look and see what this car's like. Of course, it's not perfect. It wouldn't be. It's 22 years old. But in actual fact, apart from some small areas of paint that need rectification and just some really minor items, in the important places, it looks to be a really solid car. Particularly taking some time to look into the boot. It looks pretty solid in there. I can see no evidence of repairs, and I know that can be a weak point on some of the cars, as indeed can be the rear wheel arch wells. Now, this one's fitted with the CD changer. Unfortunately, it doesn't work, and I'm going to come up with a solution for that one in a future episode. So the car's covered 125,000 miles, which might seem a lot, but over 22 years it isn't really, and it's had regular servicing, so we'll come to that a bit later in the video. So pretty much now's the time to do the deal and take it away. So now we're back home, let's take a better look at the car. So this particular 525, I came out when the car I think had been on sale in the UK for about 5 or 6 years, and it's the Life Cycle Impulse model. So it gets different rear lights, different bumpers. The bumper inserts are now painted, and in actual fact the front lights are also different as well. The front lights have got clear lenses for the indicators rather than the gingicators, as I call them, that my Mercedes has. Now, the car was fitted, or this particular car was fitted with a number of options. So it is the special equipment model, costing £26,960, quite a considerable amount back in 2002, March 2002. And it's fitted with the metallic paint, as you can see, slate grey. It's also got the standard alloy wheels. They're not optioned. The alloy wheels are in pretty good condition all around. The centre caps need replacing. They're not too clever, but we can forgive that really. We'll take a quick look inside. It's got the Montana leather interior, and to be honest with you, I think it's fared pretty well. I'm just going to give that a clean up and maybe just some treatment just to maybe soften it, treat it for age. But actually the interior is good. It's got the fine wood trim. It has got, wait for it, as well as the CD player, it's got a cassette. So I'm not quite sure. I'm going to have to try and find some cassettes. The weakest part is probably those cup holders. Now I'll try and cut in a picture of those. They're not that much use, to be honest with you, to tell you the truth. It's got the multifunction wheel with the controls for the audio, cruise control, and even air recirculation as well. So one of the other options is the lumbar support, and that was, I think, another £295 for the lumbar support there. You can adjust that. Although the seats are manual, I'm not too worried about that. The electric seats, potentially the wires in them, the cables in them can twist, so I'm not too worried about that one, to be honest with you. Now in the back, the interesting thing with this particular car is the owner was obviously very safety conscious, and he specified, I don't know if it's marked in here somewhere, side, yeah, it's just above the light there, side airbags as well. So as well, he also went for the dynamic stability control, which operates on 4 wheels, and I think it reduces the torque to stop the car going a bit wayward in challenging conditions. The cars, I think, standard had the stability control, but not the dynamic one as standard. So that's the interior. Pretty good condition in terms of the leather. Importantly, it's got the typical of the period ashtrays in the back. Don't you just love it? Lovely quilted leather, and again it just shows the fact it's got the marks, the airbags there as well. So I'm quite happy with that one. It has got the Servotronic power steering, which is supposed to provide additional assistance at lower speeds. It doesn't seem to rob the car of any feel, and to be honest with you, it's a bit difficult to notice, to tell you the truth. I haven't driven one without Servotronic. The xenon lamps at the front, and with xenon lamps it brought washers with them as well as standard, and they work pretty well. The only thing is, if you do need to replace them, new ones from BMW are about £1,200, so obviously we're keen to try and look after those. Now, checking the service history of the car, just coming back to that for a second, I think there is over £8,000 worth of invoices for this car over its life, which I suppose over the space of over 22 years, it's not too bad really. But it has been looked after, it's had regular oil changes. So I guess another benefit of having one owner is it's less chance of things to get lost. So this car's got both master keys, as you can see there. It's got a spare key, which is this one here, which is to be used in emergencies. Looks like it's plastic. And then here is, I guess it's called the valet key, and this one is to be used for the ignition of the doors, but won't actually open the boot. It's even got the tag that talks about the anti-theft system, which is incredible, isn't it? So yeah, that's really helpful to have all the keys on there. Now the spare wheel is brand new, it's never been fitted. That's the original spare wheel, and it's never been on the car, which must be something of a rarity, I imagine, these days. So I'll try and do this one-handed and show you it's got the full toolkit. Hopefully there's a bit too much sun here, but hopefully we can just about pick up the fact that all the pieces are there. None of them have gone rusty. Thankfully the locking wheel nut bolts there, and the bit that's always missing, the screwdriver, is there as well. So that's good to know. It does look like the battery has been replaced fairly recently with a Varta unit, so if anybody can actually read the date codes on these or advise me how to do it, then please let me know and I'll check. And that's the reason I bought it. So I bought it from a used van dealer in Birmingham who was selling it on behalf of a friend. Seemed to stack up in this instance, and there was quite a lot of interest. Now, I bought the vehicle with a short MOT on the basis of my inspection, but what I also did is I clearly had a good look around the car, checked the MOT history and everything else, and decided to take the gamble and get the car a little bit cheaper on the basis of taking the car without a new MOT. So we've got the MOT to come, and we'll cut that into a future video, but for now that's it. I hope you like it.